Hello everyone, and this is BioPhoenix here, and welcome to 2019, and I'll be talking about games I picked up in 2018 of December, but of course, I gotta say, Happy New Year everyone. Also, I hope everyone had a great time during the holidays, and Christmas Day, and all that fun stuff, so... Anyways, before I get on with this video, I just want to say that my game room is slowly coming back together. I can actually film in here, at least like film in it when it's not like super shitty looking, but either way though, it's slowly coming together, and hopefully real soon I'll be able to do that room tour I promised you guys last year that didn't end up happening. With that being said, let's get on with the pickups. Alright, so the first three games I want to talk about are on the Nintendo Switch, and this is one I got on Boxing Day, and that happens to be Victor Vron Overkill Edition. So this is a game that is pretty much a top-down action RPG, very similar to like Diablo or Baldur's Gate. I'd say it's more closer to that game from what I remember playing of the two, but yeah, so this game, like, obviously from the front cover of the game, it actually looks pretty cool, and it looks a little, like, dark and gothic-like, which I like, but of course, my main reason why I was really interested in wanting to buy this was because of, the Motorhead DLC. Yes, this game this version comes with all the DLC, and of course the Motorhead one is the one that really peaks out to me because, as you know, that's like one of my favorite bands, and of course it's just fucking awesome. But, yeah, unfortunately he doesn't voice in it because, you know, that came out, like, after he died, which is a real shame, but at least it was, like, a really good tribute to him. And, of course, the game itself is actually a lot of fun, which is always well and good. So yeah, that mode is actually pretty awesome. You actually get like some exclusive stuff, like a guitar that shoots like lasers and stuff, which is pretty fucking sweet. And of course, you also hear his songs playing throughout the levels, which is pretty great. And you also get Lloyd Kaufman doing the narration, which is pretty amusing. When I first heard it, I didn't recognize the voice, and I was like, man, this doesn't really fit this like setting. But then I realized it's like, oh shit, it's him. Okay. Because as you know, Lemmy actually appeared in some of his movies, and of course, they were actually good friends in real life, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, if you're at least like a Motorhead fan and you do see this, I do think this game is at least worth checking out, especially for the DLC. So next up is another game that was bought on Boxing Day, and that happens to be a Nintendo IP that was ridiculously cheap, which doesn't actually happen, or at least very rarely it does. It probably happens about the same amount of times that you would see like a dragon fight going on inside your Walmart. So of course, that happens to be Fire Emblem Warriors. So as you know, I'm a big fan of both series, being the Warriors series and the Fire Emblem series, so you think I would like super love this game, right? Well, I do like it. I did enjoy playing what I did play of it. I haven't played it like since I bought the game, but I actually did play it sometime last year when I visited a friend of mine. And of course, I did like it. It was pretty good. It was just the only thing I was a little bit disappointed in was that it didn't have like a huge amount of characters like I would expect in, because you know that like every Fire Emblem game has like a ton of different characters and tons of different like weapons and playstyles and all this like cool fucking badass shit, but yeah, this one it only focuses mostly on like the characters from like Awakening and After and Fates and all that, and well, don't get me wrong, I like Fire Emblem Awakening. I thought it was a good game, but I was kind of hoping they would have a little bit more of the classic characters, but it doesn't, so yeah, that's a little unfortunate. But despite that, though, I enjoyed from what I played of it, and I do plan on playing more of it. So next up is a game that I got on the day after my birthday, but I ended up getting it for my birthday from my parents. So basically what happened is that I ended up pre-ordering the game, and then I canceled my pre-order because I wasn't sure if I wanted it right there and then. So then ended up, like, my parents ended up buying it for me, so it ended up working out perfectly because, you know, if I still ended up pre-ordering it, I would have been stuck with 2 copies. So I'm sure you already know what game this is. It's fucking Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And also, I don't really know what else to add here because I've been talking about this game in my streams, so yeah, I fucking love it. I really do love it a lot. I love all the different, like, boss battles that they added in here, and, you know, all the characters, the stages, newer music, all that awesome shit, so yeah. Fucking love it. So now it's going to be talking about some PS4 games. So this one right here is Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which is pretty much what I wanted from Capcom, given the fact that they've been screwing up like every fighting game this gen. You know, with Street Fighter V and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and all that shit. Well, this is basically all I wanted. All I wanted was just Street Fighter Alpha 3 with online play, but this is like that plus more, because you get like Street Fighter 3 and all the different versions of 2, and you also get Street Fighter 1, which is just hilarious, so... Yeah, you know, if you're a Street Fighter fan, you can't go wrong with this. Also, I actually did play this on New Year's Day with a bunch of friends of mine, being K-Sound, Tyler Stevenson, Retro Bro, and Cybernetic Slayer. And it was a fun time. And of course, if anyone else wants to play me at this game, then, you know, just message me and we'll have a fun time at that. By the way, I fucking suck at this game. So next up is a game that I haven't yet to play, but it is one I do plan on doing, obviously. And of course, it's a really weird-ass looking game, but of course, as you know me, I like the weird-ass shit. And that happens to be 428 Shibuya Scramble. Yeah, if only if it was 420 Shibuya Scramble. I guess you could say it'd be the Blaze Edition or something. I don't know. But anyway, so this is an adventure game. In fact, this game was actually originally released on the Wii, but only in Japan. And then it was also on PS3, but only in Japan. So, pretty much, it took a while for us to actually get this one. I guess it was just too Japanese for us back then. But yeah, we finally got it now, because it seems like in this gen that we tend to get a lot more weirder shit, which I'm totally okay with. So, yeah, I don't know a lot about the story in this game, other than the fact that you play as, like, 5 different detectives, and you're all trying to, like, solve, like, a case, but you can't, like, let, like, any of the other ones know about each other or something. That's pretty much what I got of it. But of course, the weird thing about this one, from what I've seen, is that it actually uses, like, live, like, actors, so I guess if you think about it, this is kind of like a new age, like, 3DO game, or, like, a Sega CD game or something. Like, it has, like, the whole FMV cutscene shit. It just looks really amusing to me. So yeah, whenever I do play this one, I'll definitely talk about it on a stream or something, because I have a feeling that this one is gonna get pretty fucking crazy shit. So next up is another one that is very ridiculous, but this one probably even more so, and this one was also really cheap because I have a feeling this game probably isn't going to be great, but it will at least be a funny game, and that happens to be Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter. Yeah, you're looking at it right now. Yeah, so this game was made by the same team that made, what was it, Oni-Chanbara, so yes, it's related to the Simple series, and as you know, I've done a lot of stuff with that series. You know, I've done reviews on certain titles, and I even did a stream on, like, just about Simple series games. So, of course, I had to play this one eventually. And yes, I do plan on streaming this in the future, not sure when, probably sometime after I'm done with the Girl Lancer stream, but, yeah. All I'm expecting from this game is that it's gonna be dumb as fuck, and that it's gonna be funny as hell. That's really all I know. I'm not expecting it to be great. I'm at least expecting it to be decent, because actually I kind of did like Oni-Chanbara a little bit, the newer one that they did. So last but not least, we got the final game, and this is one that I was not really sure if I wanted to buy, because it is a part of a series that I wasn't really, like, huge on, but I decided to give it a shot and go into it with an open mind, and that happens to be the new God of War. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking I'm fucking, like, stupid for thinking that, like, I wasn't a huge fan of the series. Well, here's the thing. I played 1 and 2 on PS2 back in 2008, so, like, more than 10 years now. Holy fuck, that was a long time ago. But, yeah, so I played them, and I was like, they're okay. I didn't love them, but I didn't hate them either. I just thought they were just another action game that just existed. Like, I didn't really, like, remember a lot of shit from it, other than that Kratos goes around killing everything, and that's it. That's literally all I remembered about it. Oh yeah, and the sex minigame, of course, but yeah, other than that, though, I thought they were just kind of okay. But this one kind of goes into a more different direction, and of course, with knowing that, I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to give it an open mind, fair chance, forget everything, and you know what? I like it. I actually think it's pretty good. I like the story in it so far. I mean, I don't know if it's like the best story in the world or anything, but I think it's a good story. I like the differences between, like, Kratos and his son. I think it's interesting. And of course, the gameplay is really fun. I like the fact that, like, it sort of plays like Dark Souls, though it's not as in-depth as that, but it kind of has that element of it with, like, the parrying and the evading and the fact that you get to, like, break shit with like, the shoulder buttons, you know. It's kind of similar to that, so I do like it. And of course, yeah, I'm definitely gonna like play through more of it. I've only put in a couple of hours in so far, and yeah, I actually like it. Now, I don't know what else I get to add here about this game, but considering that everyone has been talking like a lot of stuff about it, saying all like these good things, and also that it won Game of the Year and all that, and even though I don't give a fuck about Game of the Year, I'm just glad that I actually like it. So, yeah. Don't really know what else to say about that, but of course, that'll take us to the end of this video.